Hi, Kat. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in and happy Monday. We are back with some more Eberron Noir. But first, the music you're listening to right now is by Aaron Kenny. It's from the YouTube library. The sound effects and stuff during the stream will be by Sirenscape. The overlay, starting soon screen, and maps were made by me. In Incarnate, our beautiful character art was made by Nat over there. Yes, you can find him in that link. And if you want to know what you can do to help or hinder the party, you can type in perks. I can spell. I should know this by now. There you go. Don't really have any announcements going on right now. There are some things coming up in end of October, early November, but I will be talking about that later. Spooky season is here, so you know. Fun stuff is about to happen. But while I'll finish or set up the actual Sirenscape stuff, let's go around the table, introduce everyone, and get this game going. Let's start with Jason. Who are you? Who are you playing?
Hello, I am Jason. I am playing the human fighter. Some type of fighter, I know.
Master.
Master?
Battle Master.
Battle Master, yes. Is yeah. Battle Master, fisty fist detective dude. Yeah, that makes sense.
That could
totally
be
makes sense.
interpreted so many different ways. Psycole, who are you? Who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Psycole. I am playing Remus Del Dawn, one half of the twins in this little campaign, and I am a totem barbarian. So I am resistant to everything.
Yes.
Except for dreams.
Nat. Or Nathan.
Hello, I am Nathan. I play Romulus Del Dawn, the other half of the twin duo, and I'm playing a Kalashtar Hexblade Warlock.
And Vit.
Hello, I am Vitskugga, and I am playing Valeriel, the Mark of the Shadow Elf Eloquence Bard. Here to swoon everyone and anyone.
I mean,
Be immediately rebuffed by the entire party.
Yep. That's the only issue. The whole party is immune to me.
I mean, it's probably a good thing, actually.
Yeah, probably.
You know. And hi, I am Ardana or Joe or Oi you there. Since my players insist on calling me that, I don't know why. If I don't say I'm Oi you there, they will do it. Call me that. So you know, it's a thing now. I am the GM and channel runner around these parts. See? And I kind of lost where I was going with that, but so let's just get started. I got the music going. Hopefully, it's working. I have crickets in my ears. Don't know if anyone else has crickets in their ears. Perfect. And let's... Anyone who wants to make a recap of what happened last time?
Not me.
Sure. So last time we finished visiting the forest. I'm going to assume they were grungs, but we never actually rolled to check whether or not that was their race. that included a little bit of hunting for our various bits of equipment and and forcing the thief to dive for Romulus's sword, otherwise bad shit might happen. Said short sword has suddenly got a lot chattier than it was in the first few sessions.
Yep.
And so we expect problems to occur at some point in the future. As we continued on our journey, we came across a glowing light in the distance and eventually found some sort of researcher investigating a fallen dragon, dragon's skull, as well as two weirds. I've forgotten the name of the first part of it.
Galvanus.
That's it. Thank you. Sorry, I've got to turn down Sirenscape as well because it suddenly went into some sort of orchestrated mess and it scrambled
Yes.
my brain.
I'm trying to figure it out. It's being weird.
And we briefly sent a message to our commander-in-chief, Derek, and we were told to deal with it. As my character is a mercenary, dealing with it normally involves his blade cutting something off. So we had a brief fight that also involved a little bit of Bastion drop kicking one of them into Remus's reach, and then Remus promptly throwing said drop kicked minion into the other one to create a double explosion that nearly took out took out Romulus and the fighter in the process.
I was on 1 health after that.
I thought that was excellent.
I'm still impressed I managed to basically drop kick a Myrmidon 15 feet upwards.
Yes, but you paid for it afterwards as well, because every single roll thereafter you couldn't hit him, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
I messed up my knee.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we're doing with.
Yeah. We concluded that little soiree with ongoing travel and a bit of a time skip to reaching the druids that we are in the process of, or about to say hello to. But as we arrived, we were kind of semi-overwhelmed with their singing and the ground shaking to the sound of their singing. And Remus was transported through a vision to Remus and Romulus's past, we think, to someone staring up at a dragon as it has finished destroying some sort of, or like destroying a load of a brick mess, or else is what was described. So like just wreaking havoc and destruction. And this person saying that they must keep the boys safe and running towards the sea and awaiting boat ship to carry them away. And we are assuming that the boys were Romulus and Remus in this instance, but we need to confirm. And that's where we've got to, I think. There were 2 boys, so we're hoping it's us. Otherwise, we've got some other twins to deal with.
But the swamp made like hundreds of years ago?
It was it looked like it was quite a far-flung coast. Nothing that we recognise. Well, we have not investigated whether or not we recognise the coastline. So we've had his division. And that is all.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed, you can take a point of inspiration for that one, and if you already have 2, you can bounce it to someone else. Rule. Sorry?
It's mine. It's mine. I need it.
Okay, so you can have 1 general heroic inspiration and 1 story-based, because I'm doing those as well. Visiting the frogs, Valeriel got 1 because you didn't just actually go wild on them. And yeah, if we are all as comfortable as we are going to get, let's get this show started. You find yourselves standing next to an almost perfectly circular area, large, heavy-looking stones have been pitched all along the circumference of this area. 3 boulders. Why are there several
Just a
bastions?
bastion on the map because I don't have control of that one, so you might want to delete that one. Whatever token that is.
That one? Yep. I don't know what that was.
Your shadow clone jutsu.
Be a cool fighter there, or a cool monk. You can just like make doubles of yourself and stuff like that.
Yeah, it could be really cool.
Sorry.
These tall, square, rectangular stones are reaching high into the sky, and inside it you see 3 large boulders absolutely covered in both vine and glowing runes. At the center, this orb that is giving off a lot of light floats just over a smaller boulder at the center. Over this orb, you recently saw a portal or something, an opening, just slam shut at the top of the chanting of these druids. And looking around, you can tell that at the center stands a large orc man covered in furs and holding a staff. The others are also holding wooden staffs that end in what looks like clubs. And in the relative quiet, you can hear heavy breathing, heavy, like, almost gasps. And then the man at the center, without even turning, addresses you. If you are quite ready to come out of the shadows, you are welcome.
Are we going
Shadows.
forward?
I hear there are no shadows. I just stomping out of the grass.
Did I give you a handout for that guy? I should have given you a handout for that guy. Let me check if I did. I did! This guy.
Huh? What guy?
Why am I not sharing this?
Yes, Dron, Archdude of the Gatekeeper Circle.
Yes.
He looks so cool.
As he turns to face you, you see him lift that lantern, hang it to his the crook, and light it. We weren't expecting guests, but it would be rude of us to not offer some hospitality.
May I ask what you were just doing?
You may ask.
Will you answer?
Depends on who you are.
Depends on who asks.
It's customary that the interlopers introduce themselves first, but sure. I am Dron, current archdruid of this portion of the Gatekeepers.
Nice to meet you, Tron. I am Valeriel. And I am not a simple singer.
Uh-huh.
employed, I guess you could say, to make business with anyone we come across along the way.
Along the way to where exactly?
Well, we are entrepreneurs, I guess you could say, making a new railroad.
Ah, you're Derek's pups. All right.
I wouldn't call myself a pup.
Kitten,
But-
then.
And I'm not a deer either. You called us antelopers or something like that. I didn't hear you.
You see him look at you for a moment, Bastian, and just give up a very hearty laugh. Just, I like you. You're strange, but I like you. Now, as for what we were doing, enforcing a seal. It is.
What?
It's just the seal on the bug people. Because you haven't been doing a very good job. We bumped into one of those ugly bastards and he tried to kill us.
Yes, only one.
Oh,
So you're
one
saying
gets
there's
through every
more?
so often?
I gladly continue this discussion under a roof and with a tankard of ale.
Oh,
Make it coffee.
you have alcohol?
Of course we do. We're not uncivilized. And he gives you a wink and starts walking towards the village.
It's hard to tell with druids. Nature and all that.
Is that a yes to the coffee?
I can probably ask for a coffee, yes.
Yes, I would like a pint. You have 10 goods. I want a tankard of coffee.
Pint of- Bouncing off the walls.
Now that would be Archimedes.
Yeah, that would be Archimedes. I don't bounce. I trudge slowly. At least that's trudging slowly to us.
Okay. Could everyone please roll me a perception check?
Perception. No. I see.
Too
now.
busy, too busy thinking about the alcohol. Too busy thinking of the coffee.
Right. So both Romulus and Remus, as the this large, imposing orc man turns around, you see in a quick flash a green mark on his face, and Remus, you've seen similar ones in your travels. They look kind of like a dragon mark. But as far as you know, orcs aren't dragon marked. And this man is clearly an orc. Like, big burn. You've seen half orcs. You've seen them in the town you started in. This guy is like almost 3 times Teresa's size.
I will call out. Nice tattoo. Where can I get one like it?
Ron looks over his shoulders. You That's gonna take some work and some violations against nature.
What
I could be
druid?
open to that. What do you mean by violations against nature?
We would have to magecraft you into an orc.
I mean, it would certainly help with the axe swinging.
I like how you think. I don't have that power.
Oh,
Though I,
fair enough.
Why not?
as far as I know, the gatekeepers do not do mage breeding. That would be one of the other main houses.
Would Remus know what mage breeding is?
I was gonna ask the same.
It's Bastion.
Anyone who
Oh,
wants can give me a history check.
Sure.
Considering I've been like away in prison for a while, I probably have no clue. I'm not going to try.
Since I am dragon marked, or shadow marked, I guess, would I have advantage?
Not on this check, no.
Okay, cool. It's always worth a try.
Yes, I'm going to, because I realized I haven't actually made a handout for that house yet. Or have I? No, I have not. Bastion,
D8 to that as well.
Bastion, you,
Yeah, can I add a D8 to that, please?
yeah, sure.
For my superiority die. Why not? There you go, 23.
Bastion, you've heard of mage breeding. It's something that House Vadalis do to create superior mounts, like war beasts and flying beasts. Like they use they incorporate magic into the process when they breed animals to make them stronger and faster. You have also heard rumors that during the last war, House Vadalis did that to humanoids.
So they bred two humanoids and used magic to affect the baby.
Humanoids. Actually, I'm gonna send you a message real quick. It's up to you if you want to share it.
Ooh, secret stuff. Give me. Nom, nom. Did he say he was mage bred? Oh,
No, he said that in order for Remus to get the mark, they would need to like change his species.
oh. Just species.
So how much would I know with my roll?
14. That was creepy. With a 14, you basically know that House Vadalis does it to create better mounts or better beasts of burden. They breed griffins together to make and add magic to make them faster flyers. They do the same with like other like beasts of burden, so they can pull longer, they are stronger, etc. So that's one of the things that house does.
Just gonna say, if you have to be mage bred to get that, does that mean you are mage bred?
No, I was born with it.
Maybe it's maybe.
Does he seem to be honest?
You can give me an insight check if you want.
16.
He hesitates for like a brief moment before saying that, he's truthful when he says he was born with it, but he is very like guarded.
You said you were wait. You said he had to be mage bred to get the mark. But you are. But how do you mage breed someone who's already a grown man? Are we gonna put him in a diaper? And a little bit of magic? Will that work? I'm confused.
Bron looks at you with a look of bewilderment. Just, it was a joke.
Oh.
You have to
No,
be.
don't do those.
You have to be an orc to get this mark.
Wait,
Now,
orcs
since it
and
was a
dragon
joke, Bastion, be polite and laugh.
no. Orcs are dragon marked? I thought orcs didn't have dragon mark.
Most don't.
Oh, there's a secret dragon mark. Is that what you're saying?
Just a question. Would I have heard of aberrant dragon marks? And does it seem like it could be one of those?
Thank you.
Aberrant dragon marks are like one of those things that most people know of. Most people believe them to be like just scaremongering, but there have been instances where the aberrant, like people with aberrant dragon marks, have caused chaos and turmoil, because most people who manifest an aberrant dragon mark have no control over their powers, none at all.
And does it seem like his might be one of those?
If he has an aberrant mark, he's an archdruid. He has a remarkable control over his powers. So you're not sure if it is an aberrant mark or a new mark or whatever it could be, but whatever it is, this guy is an archdruid. He can control his powers.
Well, I find your mark quite intriguing.
Most would. Now, did you want to continue this discussion under a canopy of trees or under a canopy of hay or straw?
I mean, I've never been one to say no to tumbling in a pile of hay, but you know.
You're cute.
Thank you.
Don't encourage her. We have to deal with this on a daily occurrence.
She's waited ages. She's been deprived of this for weeks.
Anything's better than the swamp.
Well, you're in a forest now. And
Yes.
without looking back, Bron walks further into the woods, and after a while you can see a light in the distance, and a clearing opens up. You see a rather large collection of straw thatched roofs, and most of them seem to be built up on like tiny hills and hillocks, as if to stay away from flooding and things like that. Give me a second.
Come to punch
Python
a
at
cat.
the pub.
Stay quiet.
Little brat.
What does Python want now?
Attention, my partner's door is closed because he's in a
Oh.
phone call. And it's the worst thing to ever happen to anyone. But yeah, so he leads you into this collection of huts and proper houses. You see lanterns hanging from almost every entrance, and as you walk into the village, you see what looks like farmland. It's very distracting with the bloody cat. Yeah, you're lucky you're cute, you little shit. And I'm losing my train of thought with the damn cat.
Pick it up.
The village is overrun with cats meowing.
Yes, there are very many cats in the background.
Full of
It-
cat
You should
lovers.
feed your damn cat.
It's a little bit hard for those without dark vision to see because of the spacing of the huts and the lights, but you get it's a pretty clear night. It's not overly difficult, and you do see a few people still out, even though it's getting late. So let me drop you here. Wow, that was a lot. Why? Oh, it's because that hut. Yes. That is hiding a lot. Not intentionally, but you know. Let me actually do something about that. Cat, you're driving me insane. Why can't I? Okay, it's not. Why are you not letting me remove the walls? Nope.
Turn that vision off. Maybe. Oh no, I don't work. Or you have to go to the GM layer to remove walls, but
No, that if I click on the GM layer, the walls just vanish. But here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Delete.
lighting layer.
There.
That's it. The lighting layer, not the GM layer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so you come in through this pathway that leads past the farmlands at rest. And Remus, you get this almost sense of nostalgia. Wasn't too long ago you were in a similar village out on the plains of Breland in the Midlands, sitting at an ale house at day's end with a bunch of rowdy people around you, celebrating having cleared out some difficulties for the local populace. the individuals around you, the villagers around you, are a bit guarded, but mostly friendly, and this seems like a similar place to that. They're a little bit guarded. They're not immediately trusting of outsiders, but not hostile, just not even they're not even standoffish, they're just reserved. It is, however, kind of hard for you to see because most of the area is not lit up.
As we walk into the area, then I will call out. I will say to John, I'll say, John, it's a little bit dark down here for those of us that don't have the benefit of the superior eyesight of some people, or whatever it is my brother uses to see in the dark. Do you mind if I light a torch?
By all means, go ahead.
Perfect. And I will quickly light a torch so that Bastian and I can actually see what the hell's going on.
Okay, let me... There you go. That should help.
Thank you.
Some weird ass monkeys in this forest.
I think they were gibbons.
You don't know. This is a Mediterranean temperature swamp.
I meant as in terms of the actual sound effect was a gibbon.
Yeah.
Rather than a monkey. What they might be in this location, giant ape. No idea.
Yes. Ariel?
Well, this is an adorable little village.
We like it well enough.
Get a lot of visitors.
More than we'd like.
I hope we're not intruding too much then.
Nah, it's good to have visitors from time to time. We're just not used to it.
Well, in regards to our railroad endeavor, who knows? You might get some more visitors.
Indeed.
You're gonna have to start a safari business or something.
That is a good idea, actually. Might probably keep that in mind. Now, if you follow me, and he leads you down to this place. No, wrong way. Wrong way. This one. Here you go. And yes.
As we're walking through the village, can I kind of like just keep a general eye out on everybody else, just to see whether or not any of them are taking a particular interest in our presence in the village?
Sure. Give me a insight or perception.
Also gonna put the berserker and point at the guy in the shawl and be like, "It's Derek's bodyguard. What's he doing here?" Just wave at him.
You gather that you're being watched quite closely, but none of them are like observing you more than, as far as you can tell, your curiosities, but nothing more really. You see, as you approach, this old lady is eyeing your great axe, and then looking over to Romulus's sword, and then over to Valerial. Are you wearing the staff, Valerial?
mean,
Yeah, I guess you
guess
would have to
I'm-
because you don't have nowhere to put it.
yeah, I don't think I have anywhere to put it.
Yeah, so her eyes trail from the axe to the sword and then to the staff. You can clearly see that she's taking the measure of you.
Wow, no, he hasn't even looked at me.
No, you're not armed.
He is. He's got two.
Funny. You
Ah.
don't.
Take off
Sorry.
my hat and kind of lift it up to her, I guess.
These are the ones the Derek sent. Bron just nods and is, yeah, seems like it. Do we have room for them all? Well, we could make room. I mean, unless they want to share. We have a few.
I'll share with everyone but the bird.
I mean, I generally prefer having my private room, but I feel insulted by that.
Oh, and maybe this skinny guy as well. I put out the warlock. There's a weird thing with his sword going on at the moment. I heard him muttering to it.
He punches things in his dream. I don't want to sleep in the same room as him.
Right. So separate rooms then. That's not a problem. First of all, though, well, there is some. And she looks up, looks at the sky, and is, should still be somewhat warm. If you want some food, it's inside. We have cold ale if you want that. Oh, and coffee for the. And he looks over to the human.
Do I not look in? I do have to double check. I gotta whisper to the.
I always have to double check as well. I'm always suspicious of you.
You're not double checking anything, and I kind of pull my clothes kind of closer together.
No, I do apologize. The twins are clearly not. That's why I had to check.
Yeah, did you hear that? I told you. I was right.
How do you know they were twins? They don't really look similar.
He looks at you like, they look similar enough.
One
Then
has
again-
a beard, short hair, and the other has long hair. They're identical in every other way.
Anyway, he walks up to the door and just opens it for you to let you into his house. Do wipe your feet. My sister here gets very cross if we don't.
Noted.
I'll
Valeria's
think
just gonna walk in and she's just gonna snap her fingers and just clean off her shoes as she enters.
Oh, handy that one. Should learn some magic myself. The older lady walks in as well. Did I
I can teach you the basics if you want.
Oh, I know some basics. Just not that one. There we go. I'm gonna remove these because they're just in the way right now.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wrestle with my shoes and take them off and put them.
I'm
Just
cleaning his
outside
shoes
the
as
door.
well.
Mid wrestling, your shoes suddenly turn very clean.
Now
I
I'll
will.
look stupid with one shoe on and one shoe off, and I'll put the shoe back on.
Yes, Remus?
Wait until
I would mentally say to Valeria, "Would you be so kind?" As I walk in the door as well.
Of course, Remus. And she will just snap her fingers and clean his shoes as well.
I
Would
chime
that go
in.
for you as well, Romulus?
Yes, please.
All right.
She does it for him as well.
Thank you.
Inside the hut, you find a well-appointed open area. It's clearly that this is the main hall of this village, or the town hall. You have rooms, like doors leading off of the main chamber. Some of them are closed, some are open. Most of them are like storage. Of the ones that you can see storage rooms and like collections and trophies and stuff. Looking up, you see what looks like a what's that called in English? I want to say a catwalk, but that's not the proper word. Like a small balcony that leads all around the upper
Gallery.
Thank you. Like a gallery. You see like large bags and barrels and chests standing up there as if storing stuff. And 2 ladders leading up from the sides. In the center, you see a large fire pit with various pots, pans, spits, like cooking utensils just gathered around it. There are also fur-lined benches all around it, and a couple of high-backed chairs that looks like they were made out of logs. They've just cut down to a bit, leaving the backrest, and then flat, and then hides and furs on top of that to make it easy to sit on. All in all, a very cozy area. It's warm, it's dry, you can feel the scent of various herbs and meats and vegetables have been cooked in here very recently. You can still see like plates of food left out to cool before put away again. And you do see a couple of like barrels with what you would assume is either wine or ale, because they were talking about ale, lined up along one side on a table. There are 4 like huge barrels of it there. Bron lifts his hand towards the table with the food platters on and just help yourselves. Ale is in the barrels, chairs.
Much appreciated. She grabs some ale and some food. And she uses prestidigitation to make sure it's completely warm.
Nice. You see the older one, the older woman, fuss with something at the fire pit, and just a couple of minutes later, you get the scent of coffee. It's it. Well, since Bastian isn't here.
It's really, really black roasted.
No, actually, it's. I'd say that anyone who knows coffee knows that she is probably heating it a little bit too fast, so it's gonna be bitter.
Is it cat coffee?
Hmm?
Is it cat coffee?
Don't know what that is.
For the
Yes,
best.
it's
It's a particular type of really expensive coffee. That is
Yeah,
coffee
no.
beans.
This is basically like the cheapest shit you can get.
Like
I
literally.
was thinking of coffee made by beans that are eaten by
No.
a cat.
No. Coffee, coffee while it exists, is not it's not cheap for us in our world. It's very much not cheap in this world. This is the cheapest shit you can get. Probably has some bark in it too, just to make it last longer. But he asked for coffee, and they are hosting, so... but yeah, you can clearly tell, like, it smells like coffee. Probably, you can hear bubbling in the pot, however, in the kettle, so it's boiling. You're not supposed to boil coffee. And then when it's like, comes to, bubble a little bit, she pulls it off the fire and puts it aside for Bastion. And she sits down in one of the high-backed chairs and just looks at you all. Well, it's not every day we get guests, but why exactly are you here?
It's a long story. Are you the wife?
No, sister.
Ah. Well, you do have a lovely home.
Thank you.
But just to skip the pleasantries, we are obviously here sent by our employer, and we are aiming to make a railroad that goes from one side of the continent to the other through the Mournlands eventually.
When you say that, you see both of them just narrow their eyes for a moment and just shiver a bit. It's like, no.
It's not going to be an easy endeavor, but it will be worth it. And we would have to sort of go through this area one way or another. And we, of course, want to negotiate any terms in that regard, as we want to make it useful for you as well, not just us.
Right. Well, we have already agreed that you can build your railroad through our lands here.
Yes.
I know that I know that Derek was upset when we said he couldn't take any of our trees for it.
How come?
They are old and tend to get annoyed if you try to chop them down.
Can you ask them politely to move out the way? Is that a thing you can do?
Oh no, if we could, we probably would have already. No, unfortunately, they're not sentient trees. I meant the beings living in them, with them.
Can they move the trees out the way?
No.
Can they move to other trees?
I have honestly never asked, but
Can you find out every tree with one of these beings in it? So we could maybe at least cross them, set ones off the list. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we could mark the trees that are not supposed to be touched. That's one solution. Or, if possible, you could ask the beings occupying said trees to maybe move to another tree.
also, do any of your people have earthly abilities? Controlling earth?
Bron lifts his hand. Dron lifts his hand.
Perhaps to avoid cutting any trees down, we could build a subway underneath this part,
That
Oh, like a tunnel?
like a tunnel. Yes, I know they build them in the mountains with the dwarfs, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We would avoid all problems. We wouldn't have to cut down any trees.
What about a skyway? As he says, like halfway through Turkey Breast or whatever. You just need to trim the treetops then.
Also, an idea we could build a elevated platform, like a monorail. I think they have those in some cities as well.
Right.
Yeah, so we could go either through with cutting trees down or anything like that, but that would be the least optimal options. Or we could go under, maybe even make a station underneath somehow. Or we could go above, but that might ruin your aviary denizens.
True.
It would also
It's-
be very difficult to build large things all the way up there, and it'll probably be easier to dig.
That's
You-
what I'm thinking as well.
You see Dron lean over to talk to his sister, and she turns back, and they whisper something back and forth for a moment. And
Do I hear what they're saying? And in what language?
you can give me a perception check. And do you speak Goblin?
Do I have that yet? Let's see. I know I have something, but I'm not sure if I have it yet.
And for those who are unfamiliar with the Eberron setting, goblins had an empire crossing this whole continent. And then the dragons came. And then the Delkir came. And then there was no more goblin empire.
And that's when the Fire Nation attacked. I don't have anything for that.
Okay.
So no, I don't speak Goblin.
Okay.
Sadly.
If you give me a perception check.
17.
Yeah. You can clearly hear that they are discussing something back and forth. Like talking between the two of them. And it's just a couple of minutes. And
Does
then
it seem like they are happy or annoyed or?
it's more of a like they have already agreed to let the railroad pass through this area, and it's almost like a relieved. Like the idea, the ideas that you've presented helps them make a better decisions for the whole area, and you can you can hear back in like the back and forth, and then you see Dron suddenly get a very content grin on his face, like his sister just presented him with an excellent idea.
All right.
And he looks over to you and to all of you and just, well, my sister and I have come to the conclusion that tunneling under is probably the best idea, provided you don't hurt the roots. So you would have to go pretty deep. Now, for a small favor, we will provide the diggers.
That sounds very interesting.
That favor is to be delivered by you.
You got a problem that needs some fists?
You could say that.
I'm not really up for marriage, if that's what you're asking.
I'm already married, pup. John looks at you.
Ah.
And
Well, you never know.
No.
I had more crazy suggestions.
What we need is a jewel. It's located half a day from here, in some old ruins. I know that doesn't say much. You're in the Shadow Marshes. This whole place is littered with ruins. Now, problem is...
Oh, there we go. That's the side piece I was looking for.
we can't get there.
How are we supposed to get there?
Yeah.
Well, actually getting to the ruins is not a problem at all. It's getting to the jewel that is the problem. We had several people that we sent over to get this jewel come back with broken limbs.
And the breaker?
Still there. It seems to be some form of automaton guarding the place. And it has taken umbrage with druids.
So what is this jewel, and why do you want the jewel so much?
Dron looks to his sister again, and then looks back at you. It is to... We are going to use that jewel to enforce the seal you just saw us working on when you arrived.
And could you elaborate a bit more on what the seal actually was? We didn't really get into any details.
The seals are scattered all over the Shadow Marshes, and they keep the forces of Zoriath from returning to Eberron.
Well, that sounds important enough to deal with, I guess.
It's been the gatekeeper's job for the past 10,000 or so years.
Wait, so you haven't been able to get this for 10,000 years?
Oh, no. the seals, keeping the seals maintained. This became a problem just recently, when 5 leaders of their nations decided to go to war with each other. Now the
War tends to do that.
Now the ruins used to be a sealing site. Then someone dropped an automaton there. Now we need to get a jewel to enforce this seal. What I am proposing is that you're clearly capable. We have tried and failed. We will help build this railroad, or you can build it yourselves. If you get the jewel for us, this village, this circle, will do the digging for you. If you don't get the jewel for us, well then Derek will have to pay for it.
I do believe that Derek would definitely prefer not paying for it. What do you think, Remus?
He literally freezes with the food halfway to his mouth. And he kind of just narrows his eyes. And then you hear in his voice, I mean, if I have to hit something, I'll hit something.
She kind of just takes off some food from his face.
He shuffles away from you.
What about you, Rumbelis?
Oh, I'm in agreement. Sounds fair to me, and we don't have to cut down anything, which is a plus. Quick question out of curiosity: what are these creatures that live in these trees?
Dryads.
Dryads. I see. Gotcha. Yeah. So if we can do things in the way that don't damage all that, then I'm all in favor.
What about you, Mr. Detective?
Punching metal hurts. You know, anything that could help me punch something and make it hurt less? I kind of look at the threats.
We could.
Maybe you could loan me a magical item? Like I heard that if you put these wraps on, they let you punch stuff.
We don't have any magical items here. Oh, that reminds me. I am so sorry. In the excitement, I completely forgot. A parcel arrived for you 2 days ago. And
What kind of parcel?
the kind that is marked with the House of Tharask. And
you guys order anything?
Dron walks off into one of the open rooms, one of the storage rooms, and then comes back with this rather large crate. Seems like it weighs nothing in his hands. And then he puts it down and it makes a thunk on the ground. And it just opens it and just... This should be everything. As he shuffles it over towards you. The Derek de Velderan said that you had ordered this.
Just look into the box.
Yep. There is what looks like a large wrapped parcel with some, like... how to describe that? It's clearly rations in it. So like a huge parcel of rations, a couple of various knickknacks. There is a second tinder box. There is some rope in there, and then you see 2 decanters. One of coffee and one with wine.
Ooh, nice. I always wanted one of these.
Just grab the cat of coffee. Just unscrew it as quickly as I can.
Meanwhile, the sister's just holding up the kettle with prepared coffee in it.
Yes, I'll take a tankard of that. Just...
She gives you a grin, and you can tell she's not hurt at all. She doesn't care. And she just pours it in. Yeah, she pours it into a mug for you, and it's very bitter. It's clearly made by someone who doesn't know how to make coffee.
Well, Bastian looks at it and goes, Lady, you know how to make coffee. This is strong. I'm liking this. Just that's holding it down.
You're such a charmer, boy. No, yeah, this arrived a few days ago, by courier.
Please tell me there's some traveling clothes in there.
There might be. I don't know. It's your package. I haven't checked.
She's gonna check if there's any traveling clothes according to her order.
Yes, there are 4 sets of common clothes in there.
Common clothes, not traveler clothes.
Well, traveler's clothes because you ordered it, and then 3 sets of regular common clothes. Because
Does it seem like there's a specific size on the common clothes?
the traveler's clothes are clearly your size.
Yep.
The other 3 sets are larger.
Do the others look similar in size, roughly?
Yeah, I'd say so. Ish.
She's just gonna take some of the clothes and kind of hold them against everyone. It's like, no, not for you. Does not suit you. How about you? Fuck it. Here, you have these, and you have these. She hands them out.
What the fuck are these?
I'm guessing
You need to look like a person.
or if you fall into the swamp and need a change of clothing.
I look down at my pristine blank suit. I'm not wearing that garbage.
It's your part. It's your package. You do whatever you want with it. For you, we don't have anything to wrap your hands with, but if you want, we have one of the battle clubs you can borrow or have. It's basically a quarterstaff with that like club on the end.
I'll take one.
I heard that there's boxers that use these gloves. Just boxing gloves. Have you ever tried one of those?
No, I've never. It looks stupid walking around with giant red things on my hands.
It might work.
It would not suit my suit. I refuse to wear mittens, scarves,
I
boy
did
hats.
I did once see a guy take like the lower jawbone of a bear and put it between his fingers so that the canines poked out.
That sounds
A
barbaric.
reference to something.
No, knuckle dusters.
Okay.
Except, if you're of my persuasion and walking alone out at night, you do that with keys.
I believe some street fighters actually use rope and just wrap around their fingers / knuckles to dampen the impact on their bones, so to speak. Maybe it could help.
I wouldn't know. And Ron pats his own quarterstaff with that crook at the end. I just hook their knees and make them fall.
I just whisper sweet nothings into their ears and they just do my bidding for me.
Right.
We're gonna try that on a big ass robot.
I don't think it will work actually, so this will probably all you.
On my staff. When you bump stick. I'll bring it back.
Oh, if you want to keep it, you can have it once you've finished the favor for us.
Is that a great club?
It's more of it's a flavor-wise, it's a quarterstaff. But it's more of a... if you want, it can be a great club. But you have to swing it with both hands. A quarterstaff you can use with one hand.
I'd rather swing something with both hands because I don't have a shield. So it'd be quite
I mean, that's fair. So yeah, you can add a...
How much damage does a quarterstaff do?
Quarterstaff does quite a bit of damage if you swing it.
D8 or
1d6
D10.
or 1d8 to the. Oh, is it 1d8 and 1d10?
I believe so.
1d6 and 1d8.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And that is the same as my just one punch. So I'll grab it and just hit it with a stick. That's what I'm going to be doing. I can grab with one hand, right? Can you?
Yeah, you can use a quarterstaff with one hand, but a great club you have to use both hands for.
Oh, D6 or D8.
You know what? I'll just do the rope. I'll just do the rope thing. And
It's entirely up to you.
rope around his.
Well,
What was that rope that was in the chest? Is that like a rope of climbing? Or what did thing?
no, it's just regular rope.
Oh.
In case you've used up yours.
Oh. Okay, then I take the new rope and I just start using it.
Okay.
And then I cut it.
I kind of help as well.
Yeah.
Wrap it in and tie it for him. And
Okay.
while I do that, I'll say, so while we are preparing for this little excavation to your ruins,
Yeah.
you want the jewel, obviously, and you want us to deal with the wandering machine. If there's anything else of value or interest to us, are we allowed to take it or not?
You can keep whatever you want except that jewel.
Could you describe the jewel?
John scratches his beard a little bit and just... Oh, it's about... yay big. Green... purple in color. Should have runes etched into it. And he brings out a piece of paper and he draws the runes on it. Something like this.
She takes a look at it. All right.
Anything else? It's all yours.
Anything else we should be worried about while traveling there?
As far as we know, not really. Make noise and the animals won't bother you.
All right. I don't have any questions. The others seem to be too busy eating right now, but
Well, if you're done eating, I can show you where you be sleeping, Miss Elf, and possibly.
Valeriel.
I do apologize. I completely forgot your name. Valeriel, I can show you and Detective where you can your rooms. They will be in a separate building, and my sister can show the two of you rooms in this building. Or if you want to swap, by the way, it's really up to you guys.
Yeah,
Works for me.
just
Bastion and Valero
Yes.
like to spend quality time together anyway.
you keep
He says that psychically into John's mind without either of them hearing.
He looks around for a moment, then looks at Dream and just.
for peace of mind. What do you think these two are?
You don't know.
I think I know. They're not 100% sure. They're adopted.
Right.
I don't think we ever were technically adopted, were we? I don't. Cool.
No, you lived at an
No, we-
orphanage and then things happened.
Well,
Oh,
that's just some shit that shouldn't have happened. Yep.
Yep.
So
Oh,
you're
you were never
not even
adopted?
adopted. You're just
oh my
unwanted.
god, nobody wanted you. That's even worse.
Well, technically, they grew up there, and then Romulus got up to some bullshit.
And we were
I
weird
have
psychic
no idea
twins.
what you mean.
Yes.
And
Yes.
We were weird psychic twins. It would be a bit like trying to stop the two girls from The Shining, except that we're the two boys from The Shining just standing there rather creepily staring at you and
Yeah.
talking into your brain.
Yeah.
Join us, Johnny.
Or they grew up in an orphanage.
Come
Sorry.
over here. We would like to play.
Forever and ever and ever.
I wasn't entirely sure until just now, and he points to his temple. Because the coloration are a little bit off, but I'd say Kalashtar.
Points to Bastion. You two owe me a drink.
Drinks are in the barrels.
You don't have to buy me one sometimes. Otherwise, it don't count.
And if I'm completely wrong and you're not, and you just have some psychic powers, I do apologize for assuming.
Just what exactly are Kalashstars? Because we have no idea.
No context whatsoever.
We literally we were and he switches to mental communication.
Yep.
We were abandoned in Shan. We grew up in an orphanage. We've been psychically communicating with each other and other people around us since we were children.
Hmm.
But we have no idea of our past or where these powers came from.
It is long and complicated story. Not you, I don't know you two specifically, but Kalashtar in general. A few thousand years ago now, the realm of dreams was very close to Eberron, where we live now. And some of the denizens of that realm took possession of humans, specifically. Some of those humans made pacts with their spirit guest and formed bloodlines that all carry or are in contact with the same spirit. Some of those who were visited tried to resist completely and were taken over. Their personalities destroyed. Long sordid story, but they were later removed. There are many, many, many stories of these entities, these spirits, whatever you want to call them. Most of them, I believe, would be exaggerated, wildly exaggerated. But they do have their own nations, much like humans do. And as far as I know, few wander the streets of Corvair. There are, of course, Kalashtar wandering this continent. Otherwise, I wouldn't have reason to know about them. But they're rare. Almost as rare as the new Warforged or Tieflings. Can't say much of your specific circumstances. The 3 Kalashtar I've met during my lifetime had white hair and red eyes. You obviously do not. Other than looking like humans and feeling not, and the psychic link. It was just my assumption.
Do you know any recent history of a red dragon laying waste to some sort of mess up?
Recent history. He sits back for a moment and starts.
Day in the last 29 years, 6 months, and 4 days.
That is oddly specific.
29 years. 30 years. Let's say 30 years. Round up.
There's no. There you are. There was. There have been several reports. Both from Zandrik in the south and Sarlona in the east of red dragons the past half-century. Now, neither of those places are places where news travel from frequently. Zandrik being the home of giants, and no outsiders are allowed to traverse the inner plains of this island. And Sarlona also being cut off for outsiders. But Seeing as you might be Kalashtar, and Sarlona is the homeland of the Kalashtar, I do recall one. Now, this is hearsay. Might not be anything. There was a red dragon that appeared out of nowhere on the island of Orkalun of the continent of Sarlona. Wrecked the whole island. And then vanished again. Now, reason why I say hearsay is because no one has lived on that island for hundreds of years. It was destroyed when Riedra took over Sarlona.
Would I have heard anything of these stories?
Give me a history check.
So did he just say that no, there hasn't been any recent dragon attacks?
In the past 50 or so years, it's been 2.
Well, there's been
One in Sendrik in the south, the homeland of giants, and one to the east in the homelands of the Kalashtar. History with a 15. You know the names. Sarlona, Riedra, Orkalun. You have read them, but they don't really mean anything. You know, Kalashtar comes primarily from, according to the books you've read, and the information you have, Sarlona is where Kalashtar and similar humanoids come from, but the names themselves, they don't really mean anything to you.
Can I have a go?
Yeah, if you want.
Because I have my.
Also,
use that
would
to
my bodyguard have told any stories of dragons or anything, since he's a kind of half giant, being a Goliath after all?
Goliaths are from the northern territories more, or the frozen territories
Okay.
more, but there are 1,000 stories about giants. And sifting through them, you know that, like, it's common knowledge that the continent of Zendrik is the home of giants. And any attempt to map Zendrik has proven impossible. It's so infused with magic that you cannot map Zendrik.
All right.
That's a remnant from where the dragon and versus giants war. They absolutely wrecked the place when it comes to any form of, like, it's chaos. The whole damn island is a manifestation zone for just chaos. Sarlona, outsiders are not welcome. Just straight up. There's one city that they're allowed in. Outside of that, nope.
All right.
You comfortable there, Jason?
Yes.
You need a bigger chair, I think.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, any other questions or anything you want to do before heading off to bed?
Once the other two leave,
Mm-hmm.
I will ask the sister.
Mm-hmm.
Is it usual for people to gain visions when the rite of sealing, for want of a better way of putting it, is being cast?
Well, it's not unheard of, but not. It's very rare. I think I've seen or experienced one in my lifetime. Well, if you're saying that it happened to you, then two in my lifetime.
Mhm. Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Now, did you want to share a room or did you want separate rooms?
Sharing's fine. We've spent
Yeah,
enough time
sharing's
together
fine.
as kids.
Alrighty
Yeah.
then. This one will be yours, and she leads you to one of the closed doors. She opens it. There's a bed on either side of the room. There is what looks like a small coffer in the center, and there are hooks on the walls where you can hang stuff from. There is what looks like like drapes that you can pull around the beds, and looking out, you see a about yay big window, like a foot by a foot, foot and a half by a foot and a half window, with like it's open to let air in. It has shutters on the outside that you can close if you want. And it leads to the next building over, where you can see like the light from a lantern falls across, and a similar window on this side, poking or showing off pointing towards the forest. So yeah, your will be right there. If you need anything, it can wait till morning. Oh yes, since you're new here, if water is in the center room, if you want ale, it's in the barrels. If you need a bathroom, it's outside. Just find a place in the forest somewhere.
Roger that.
And then she tilts her head a little bit back and forth, looks between the two of you, just hope you have a good night. And she wanders off
You too.
and disappears into one of the other closed rooms.
Say to Romulus. Romulus? No, I say to myself, apparently.
Yeah.
I say to Remus. Do you reckon that if we can somehow communicate or connect with this spirit, if we are Kalashtar, there is like spirit in our bloodline, we could find out like our past, and maybe it could even help me get rid of you know what.
I think it's definitely worth trying.
Agreed.
The last week has given us more clues as to what we are and where we may have come from than the last
few decades.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Right.
the vision that I had as we came through towards the Druids Grove, or whatever it was called, was interesting, and it's good to know that, well, I'm assuming it's not going to be the dragon sighting at Zendrick that we need to look into. Although slightly unnerving that we were on an island that was supposed to be completely uninhabited for several hundred years.
I'm rather curious about that one. Yeah, like out of the two other options, the homeland of Kalashtar and this island, from the sound of this vision of yours, I think the island is the most likely. But then, fact that it's been uninhabited for hundreds of years, that doesn't make any sense.
No. I think the more we delve, the more questions we will have.
Mm,
But let us hope that we get more answers soon.
sure.
At least we
Anyway.
know, although Bastian had an idea of what we were, at least we now have a more concrete version of knowing. So we can try to seek out these other wandering Kalashtar, and maybe they will be able to provide additional insight.
Maybe. And the fact that we don't look like normal Kalashtar as well, I'm quite curious as to maybe one of our parents, like our parents, were different. I don't know. It's, the fact people keep commenting on our appearance makes me question like things.
Mm.
I think we're on the right trail.
Yes. Now, is that sword going to cause any problems tonight?
I really hope not. Do you have any ideas of what I could do to make it not a problem?
No idea.
Which sword is he talking about?
Just make sure that if it starts to speak to you, you wake me up.
Right.
And he'll unhook the battle axe from the weird thing that he's got between it. Make sure it's propped against his bedpost kind of thing, and just lay down to sleep, fully clothed. And within like seconds of his head hitting the pillow, like a true soldier mercenary, he's asleep and snoring.
I
just a load of ale and a great deal of food.
I just see him fall asleep almost instantly. I'm like, I've always been envious of that. And I was trying to get to sleep.
Okay, Romulus, you hear in the back of your mind, wouldn't be a problem if you let me play.
Not today.
Fine. And then you go silent, and you hear this, like a small child who's been told no, just a and then it tapers off.
Yes.
Bastian, what are you doing? Are you heading straight to bed, or are you doing anything before?
Yeah, I'll head to bed.
Okay. The room you get to is pretty simple. It has a small window leading out towards the forest. Sturdy bed. Well made but simple bed sheets. You also have a coffer in the corner. Hooks along the wall where you can hang your stuff. Valeriel, your room is similar. Your window overlooks the farmland and the center of town. You start seeing the lantern over here go out. And it seems like they're just left to be sputter out on their own.
All right.
Let's see. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Where's my? There it is. Ooh, that's bad.
It's reassuring.
All right. Sometime towards closer to the morning, Remus, you hear a sound. and somewhere in the back of your mind, instincts kick in, and you open your eyes, and you see a cloaked individual leaning over you. With what looks like shackles in one hand and a dagger in the other. And just as they're about to go down and not strike towards your head or anything, towards your arm, that's where you wake up and you see this. Because apparently I can't roll for shit today either. So just like crouch down, and you see a mark across their face. A mark that you recognize well.
Shit. Right, okay. If I recognize it well, do I know who it is?
You don't know this particular individual, but you know that considering they're currently holding a knife close to you and they are carry the mark of Sentinel, it's probably a blade mark.
Great.
And she looks up at you and you just hear, shit, you weren't supposed to wake up yet. And she's gonna try to strike you with a dagger.
Can I react quickly enough to kind of throw myself on top of her to pin her to the ground?
Roll initiative.
Would I have seen anything as I was overlooking the farm or anything like that?
No, she came from the woods.
Okay.
Do I hear anything?
Give me a perception check. Not that one.
No, I'm dead to the world.
All right. Let me bring up this one. And initiative 7.
Is this going to be that scene from like Amazing Spider-Man where he's fighting Lizard and it's the Stan Lee being in the library?
Oh, come on! The funny part is that
Advantage?
it's not a surprise round.
Wait, do I have to roll for initiative or not?
No, you are not there yet. Well, you haven't woken up yet.
I'm not aware yet.
No, the funny part is that
Wait, should we just roll anywhere and then roll perception checks with disadvantage?
yeah, you can absolutely. So the funny part is that Remus' passive was 1 higher than my sneak, and the initiative is 1 high.
You should pull up the the initiative order. So
Yes.
Would I have slept long enough for my long rest, or is this interrupting my long rest?
This would be, well, technically, I read up on the rules on that one. Technically, it's an hour of strenuous activity that interrupts it, not just like waking up and fighting, because this is technically, with your track record, this is going to be like 12 seconds, 18 seconds, and then just coming down and then going back to sleep. So it's not really, it's if you want to drag it out.
No. He was quite happy counting sheep because he doesn't dream.
Yeah. Okay. That's just, now I just had that image in my, like the sensation when you're in surgery and you just go out and then you wake up again.
That's exactly what that's exactly what I imagine a Kalistar would do, because it's literally just I'm lights out and then I'm lights on again. It's like there's no
like it's a switch, click click. Okay, so yeah, well, because I can't roll for shit, yes, you do have, you can do that if you want to.
Yeah, basically I just want to kind of launch myself out of the bed and grapple the assailant to the ground, if possible.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. Roll an attack roll. And
Attack or it's just a straight athletics or.
no, it's to see if you can actually grab the person before they back away.
Cool. So you just want
Just an attack roll.
just a strength check then, right? Not a no, because you won't want a great axe or anything like that. It's
No.
Oh.
I mean, you can. It's just... But...
Yeah, but I kind of want to have a chat.
Yeah. Okay. So just... No. She quickly just backs away out of you. But when she does, in order to get away from you, she backs into Romulus. And you can roll me another perception check, this time with advantage, because it's not big. It's not a big room. So not get grappled by Remus, she backs off. And yeah, you notice immediately that something bumps the bed.
The fuck?
And she whips around to look at you.
Who the fuck are you?
This is complication. Fine. Yeah, you can roll initiative as well if you want to.
There we go.
Nice. Okay. And no, we are still at Remus. So you have rolled out of bed, tried to tackle her. She stepped away, woke up Romulus. You have a bonus action and some movement if you want.
I mean, I will move to cover the door.
Okay.
Inside the room so that they can't escape through the door, but I'm not going to rage. I think I'm just going to stay as is.
Okay.
It's my only bonus action.
Yep. Romulus.
Mm-hmm.
Because you rolled higher. By a lot. I'm going to let you go this turn as well. If you'd rolled not over 5 higher, she would have gone before you.
Oof. Okay, what to do? I don't want to kill her or do any like serious. I'll use a dagger because we're in quite close combat.
Okay.
I reckon, and give her a little slashy slash.
Yep, go for it.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Apparently not.
You can
Your sword
see
is not
her her eyes dart around as she's looking at you, and then just blocks it. You hear the scraping of metal that indicates that she's wearing studded leather. And that means it's... do you have a bonus action and movement still? The room you're in is, let's say, 10 by 15.
For a bonus action, could I maybe try and make some like alert people, make some noise?
Yeah,
Is that
absolutely.
okay? Okay, I'll do that.
Okay.
Do I?
So you just shout, or are you clanging on something, or?
Probably both.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, that makes it her turn. So she is going to that dagger again. She's going to. Well, it says short sword, but it's not a short sword, so it's a 1d4 instead of a 1d6. So one attack. No. First attack is against Remus, which is a 9.
Unfortunately not.
For the love of fuck.
You do not get any
No,
fun.
no, this.
So nope.
It's not. I can't even throw these dice out because they're digital. So she first tries to stab Remus, and then she turns the blade around and tries to stab Romulus. It's like, nope. Valerial, give me a perception check again. Normal roll because someone is making a hell of a lot of noise.
Perception.
From the other room, from this room, Remus, you can hear snoring in response to Romulus shouting. Valerial, you hear something. You're just coming out of the trance at this point, or you hear something. It's kind of hard to tell if it's just forest or if something is happening. Kind of sounded like a shout. Not entirely sure.
Do I notice which direction it came from?
Not with a 13, no.
I guess I would. I think I would go to Romulus and Remus first. So. She will move in that direction. As she comes to the door, does she hear anything then? Does she hear commotion?
You hear snoring, but not really any commotion.
She is going to cast message.
Okay.
And she's going to try and contact Romulus and say, is everything all right?
Nope. Help needed now.
She will dash through the door, I guess.
Remus is on the other side of the door at this point. So...
The smash through the door knocks him out.
Remus is blocking the door.
Yeah. Remus is blocking the door at this point.
Let me in!
You hear you hear another snoring in response to the shouting.
Everything's fine. Go back to bed, Valerial.
Romulus said it was not okay.
Romulus was briefly woken up by a nightmare. His sword.
He asked for help.
His sword.
Are you shouting this through the door?
Yeah, kinda. I think I am.
Make a persuasion check.
You also hear a grumbling from the, like, there's a door just off to the side and you just hear, shut up.
Oh, okay.
Where's this insight check coming?
No!
Yes!
But yeah, he sounds truthful. Sounds like Romulus just had a nightmare.
If you say so.
Go check on Bastin. He's probably having some sort of fight with himself again. That's probably what you're hearing.
No,
As
he'll
well.
be fine.
All right, Bastian.
And I start walking back.
You can give me a perception check. Regular, just straight roll if you want.
Because they're screaming.
Yeah.
Get up and character.
To be fair, my shit rolls also apply for your hosts waking up, so you know.
Yep. Thank God for that.
Oh.
I didn't mean to do that, but a 7. So yeah, I'm still asleep.
Yeah, no, it's
Notoriously heavy sleeper.
Mm-hmm. On that, Romulus, you're up. Your brother's now
Okay.
blocking the door.
Okay, I'm going to take that as a hint that he does not want to get other people involved. So
Yeah,
I'm going to try.
He just also told Valeriel to go back to bed because you were having a nightmare.
Yeah, I'm going to take the hint. I'm going to go back to bed. No, I'm going to get a dagger.
It's also a very good job that Valerial is not fully read up on Kalistara, the fact that we cannot dream or have nightmares.
That's true.
That's what I found funny that you just said. Oh, he's having a nightmare. I was like,
Okay.
She doesn't know that much about them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and dagger the person again and hope that I can do something worthwhile.
I'm just gonna say she has a lot of other suspicions right now. That is interesting.
Romulus, you just hear you know what could be hitting better? Come on. I'm bored.
I'm Romulus. Nice to meet you.
One of these days I will be playing. Anything else you want to do on your turn?
Don't think there's a lot I can do, to be fair. Can I? What can I do? Just for the fun of it, can I try and intimidate this person to make them stop?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Now I'm not the most intimidating either. Brilliant.
Hold on.
Some warlock you are.
I know. I'm trying to be better.
So she looks at you just. Nah, my boss is scarier.
I've just woken up. Cut me some slack.
I'll cut you.
You weren't supposed to be awake, you know? Remus, you're up.
I would say, yeah. So Remus, look, we can talk about this. Like, you don't have to harm anyone. Like, what is it you're here for? I mean, obviously me, but what is it you're here for?
You left.
Mm-hmm.
And now there's a price on your head. I'm here to
And
collect.
What's the price?
800.
Really? That little? That's a shame. And I'll take one of my hand axes and attempt to smack it into her neck.
Okay.
Ow.
Sure thing. Yeah, roll for it.
Oh no, that's terrible. Actually, I'll tell you what. I'll use my inspiration. Sod this.
Okay.
I can't have a badass moment like that and not be able to hit them.
That's
There we go.
that hits. Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
I am not raging, so it's just 7 slashing damage. As this, basically they're like tucked behind his kidneys, like
Mm-hmm.
inside his coat. So whilst all of this talking is going on, he kind of slowly drifts his hand behind his coat because he would have been sleeping fully clothed.
Yeah.
And he just kind of pulls one out and tries to slam it into her neck.
Yeah. She grabs the blade just as she pulls it out and just... Good shot.
I mean, you could have just used reckless attack. Just say.
I know. I mean, I could have done, but
Yeah.
I didn't declare it when I struck first. So I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Anything else you want to do? You have a 2 seconds. I need to check something. Hand axe is a light weapon.
Yes. So there's no rage on it. I did say there's no rage.
Yes, but you're holding a light weapon. So you can technically use 2-weapon
2.
fighting.
Oh, in that case, I will that one's hooked out from that side.
Yeah.
I'll unhook the other one from the other hip and swing that round with the left.
Yep.
So that would be without proficiency. So it's
Yes.
-2 for hit. So it's just a 23 to hit.
Yeah, I mean,
Just.
yes, meh. Yeah, that hits.
And it won't be the +4 for strength either, will it? Because I don't
No.
have proficiency in second. So it would just be 1 slashing damage.
Yeah,
The
she
other one comes
sees.
flying out.
Yeah, she sees the other one kind of deflects it, but you catch her hand with it, and yeah, pretty nasty. They're sharp hand axes, but still. You want to move anywhere? I mean, it's not like you can move a lot.
Maybe, no, I'm quite happy blocking the door.
Okay.
I don't want any other people to arrive.
Okay, she's gonna try that thing again. It worked so well last time. Let's do that. For a 14 on
That
Remus.
was it.
So that is 1d4. I'm gonna roll it. What is it? Is it slash roll?
/R, I think.
/R space.
4 plus 3. So, hold on. Now my cat is having a nightmare. 6 piercing damage as the dagger goes in, and I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
As the dagger slices up your arm, you start feeling a numbness creeping across your whole body, and your arm starts falling limp. And you feel like you start feeling sick as a paralyzing agent is creeping into your body.
Great.
You feel that you should have some time, but not a whole lot. Mechanically, it will take, like, you fell this time, you can't move. Your movement is 0 now. You're not paralyzed yet, but you can't move. Next turn, if you fail again, you will be paralyzed.
Okay.
Seeing that your hand is starting to, like, you're starting to be unable to move, she's gonna turn around to Romulus and do the same thing. For a nat 1!
Not gonna work on me.
Yeah, you just saw her basically poison your brother, and then she turns the dagger on you and tries to slice up. She doesn't have to cut deep, she just have to cut you to get the effect. And actually, I'm going to do this real quick. She's gonna look between the two of you, assess this whole situation, and then she's going to try to dive out the window. Which she fails to do. So she just miscalculates the distance and then stops by the window.
Do I just see a face plant against the window or something?
No, you just see
No.
a dent in the wall next to the window.
No, you're on the wrong side of the building.
Oh, god damn it.
You can give me another perception check because it is your turn now.
With disadvantage because you believe Remus wholeheartedly. No, I'm joking.
No, it's just a straight up perception.
21.
You just heard a very loud thunk against the wall.
I'm just gonna.
It's coming
I-
from like northwest from you, so around here.
I'm going to run around.
Okay. As you run up, you see a dark-clad individual. Like with your dark vision, you can see this dark-clad individual. She has her back to the window, but she's kind of hunched, and you would also see like Romulus' profile slightly. It's dark in the room, so it's kind of hard to see, but.
Yeah, but I can see in the dark, so. Do I see Remus?
Not from where you're at, no. The window is too small.
Damn it. Alright. I'm just gonna give a loud sigh. And I am going to cast Hold Person.
Okay. That is a wisdom save.
Yep. Fails. Need to beat a 14.
Yeah, that's a 12. Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. She is currently frozen in place. You can see her eyes darting around a little bit, but she cannot move. Well, you can't see it. There's a hood in the way.
Is the window openable from the outside?
It's currently open. You see the shutters have been opened. I don't know if you closed them when the two of you went to bed, but the shutters are currently open.
I'm gonna crawl through the window.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check.
Acrobatic. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Graceful.
Better.
Be graceful.
You managed to crawl through the window. I mean, you fit nicely. It's the landing is a little bit tough.
Yeah.
So you crawl in, miscalculate the distance to the floor, and you land on your back on the floor.
And now Romulus has a booty in his face or something. Is it Romulus or is it Remus?
Well, the room. I didn't try to move that, but okay. So you would basically be in between here, just on your back, looking up to lady clad in dark clothing. You see what looks like a mark on her face, like covering a good bit of her face. Remus is standing like, and Romulus just okay, because Valeriel just crawled basically over your shoulder into the room.
She's
On top of him. She's definitely on top of him.
gonna just.
No, she's on the floor. But Bear
She's
almost.
basically gonna take in the surroundings, and she's gonna look at Remus, glare at him, and say, "Don't you fucking lie to me again."
Some nightmare, am I right?
I swear to God, you will regret it.
I'm not lying. Romulus is having a nightmare with the sword. It's not stabbing anything.
Indeed, Romulus, I'm not stabbing anything.
Well, if you want to stab something, now is the time. And also, does she recognize the mark?
You can give me a quick history check.
Mark or mask?
Mark. She has a
Mark.
mark on her face.
Eh.
I mean, nice tattoo. She has a very
Okay,
nice
but
tattoo.
She's not getting any like
No.
rival house.
No.
vibes.
No, with a 9, it's... No. She has a very nice tattoo on her face.
She kind of just looks at her and says, "Ah, an amateur. I see."
She's giving you death glare, because that's what she can do at this point.
She's gonna try and crawl up, but I don't think she has movement for it. But she's working on it.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't have enough to stand up. Bastion.
Why do I miss everything? Why is it always you three and I'm just like asleep somewhere?
Hey, at least you're not invisible this time.
Has the sister fallen back to sleep? Based on the face you just pulled, Joe, I'm just trying to wonder if the roll was very poor.
Both of them are asleep, which is painful because both are druids and should have high perception, but no,
I mean, surely it should be an advantage. That's in the same.
they're asleep. Romulus.
Okay. Well, seeing the situation and being how like Val and Remus are like, it's time for slashing. You want slashing? I grab the sword.
Yay, finally.
And I point it at this assassin. I say to the assassin, I don't know what happens now. So I suggest you pray to whoever you pray to and hope that I can control this.
Yes.
You have advantage because she's paralyzed.
Yep.
And it's an auto crit if you hit.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a
Turn the bloodthirsty sword on a paralyzed individual. This is a brilliant idea.
What
Okay.
could possibly go wrong?
Okay. So I'm gonna.
The whole person restrained.
Whole person is basically paralyzed.
The whole person is paralyzed.
Roll again, because you have advantage.
Oh, okay.
That hits.
Okay.
It's a crit. Woo.
Okay, so with a crit, do I roll with advantage or do I?
You roll. How do I do? Yeah, you. No, you don't roll with advantage. Because it's an auto crit. You roll your dice twice and add your modifier.
Gotcha. So there's 1. There's 2. Oh boy.
Did you seriously get a 0?
Yes.
Because it's a strength-based weapon.
Did you not take back to the blade?
I did.
I don't know why.
You should be having charisma instead of strength.
I don't know why it's doing that.
Actually, that's true.
Yeah, I don't.
You might just need to click on edit the longsword.
Yeah,
and
I
roll
will.
it for strength is.
Okay, so add your. Let me fix that for you.
So there should be a
Okay.
cock next
Yes,
to your
it's-
longsword. and
yeah,
then
yeah.
just switch it.
Yeah, I see it. It's on strength at the moment, so charisma. I don't know why I haven't done that.
As you swing the sword, you feel this warm sensation coming from the sword itself, and as it bites in, the sword is quiet, but this blue mist comes up along it and wraps you. And for the first time in years, it feels like you know what you're doing. And you feel rejuvenated. Like whatever pains you might have accrued during your travels are just gone. And you
Well, that's
just
what-
hear, and you just yeah, the sword is quiet.
I've forgotten how tempting this feels.
And the edge bites a lot harder than you remembered. As this blue mist just continues through the cut.
It's hungry.
It is. So let me check. What's your charisma modifier? 4.
So you're going from -1 to +4. Woo.
Yes. I need to. What was the damage? So instead of
So
1.
basically plus 5, I
10.
guess. +10? Well,
Both rolls.
Yeah.
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 So. 10. Yep. And you see this look of just pain on in her eyes. Okay. Bonus action movement.
That's it.
Okay, Remus. Please give me a Constitution save.
Oh
Boy.
no! I am paralyzed.
Yes. So you, Valeriel and Romulus, you just see Remus' whole body just lock in place.
You okay there, brother?
And he will mentally say, just get rid of her. I'll explain everything.
Valeriel is just gonna say,
Yeah.
now see, if you just let me in from the start, you wouldn't be in that position now, would you?
A good job it's an action for me to reconnect with somebody. There would be some choice words coming Valerial's way right now.
Okay. Why did I close that down? That was dumb. Wisdom save to get out of the hold. That's an 18.
Yeah, at the end of their turn, yeah.
Yep.
Actually, I'm gonna use silver barbs.
Okay. 12.
Fails.
Okay. Who are you giving the advantage to?
Does it have to be someone I see? Yeah, and I can't see the sleeping detective, so I guess Romulus.
Okay. It's your turn, Valerial.
Yeah, I am going to. I'm gonna stand up, and I'm gonna take my rapier, and I'm just gonna hold it to the chest and say, "You're messing with the wrong house, bitch." I'm gonna stab her.
Okay. Go for it.
With
Advantage?
advantage.
You feel the rapier sink into the leather armor, and then you hit a stud in the armor. Just hear a clink.
Bitch, this armor.
Okay.
I need a better rapier.
Bonus action, and you still have some movement if you want it.
No. Actually, I'll give a bardic inspiration to Remus.
Okay.
I was gonna say, now be a good big boy and get the fucking move in.
Okay, Bastion. You really need that sleep. I'm sorry.
Surprising considering the amount of coffee he's drunk.
Yes.
He got the caffeine dump.
Yeah, he's like out
Keep
cold.
crashing hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does Bastion have the ADHD problem where caffeine actually makes you fall asleep?
Probably, yeah.
You just hear a little sad chirp in the bag, in the briefcase. Just meep, meep. Okay, Romulus. Your brother is paralyzed. The assassin is paralyzed and now very, very bloody. And Valeriel tried to stab him. Well, her. And didn't work.
Why did he try to hurt my brother? And I am going to attack again with my sword.
Yep.
Okay, so I've changed it to charisma now, so hopefully this should be a bit
Awesome. Okay. That hits.
more noise.
Remember that you have double advantage right now.
Yep. So you can roll 3 d20s and take the highest.
3
I mean-
d20.
So three
Three
attack rolls and take the
Oh,
highest.
gotcha. Okay, gotcha. So
Is it? Will it make any difference because it's an auto crit anyway?
No.
Well,
Doesn't
he
matter.
could pose.
Right.
You need to change on. You need to change on the damage as well.
oh, do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have only changed on the attack.
Longsword, one-handed charisma.
damage.
Damage is further down.
Oh yeah, that is plus charisma.
Oh.
Yeah,
Is
one
the-
d4 plus
is the
charisma.
one-handed? Is it on the one-handed or the two-handed?
This
that
is
you can-
one-handed, so it says. Oh, hang on.
Attack.
Hang on. I'm looking. Oh,
Yeah.
oh, that's the. I'm looking at the critic. So
There we
damn it.
go.
That's better. Okay, I'll do that quickly with the two-handed as well. If that hasn't been done. Okay, sure.
Do you add it to the necrotic?
It was originally with the critic.
Yeah.
Shall I try that 3 times again, or should I just pick the whichever one?
Well, you only rolled the one attack.
Yeah, you only rolled 1 attack. The rest of the others are damage that you rolled. So you can roll 2 more attacks and take the highest one.
It doesn't matter. It's an autocrit anyway, isn't it?
You can
Yeah.
choose a condition, I guess.
16.
See?
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
just
My-
put that one- that
That's
one
my
on.
first nat 20 of the game. Where's my phone? I'm taking a picture of that. I'm remembering this.
Only 5 sessions in.
5 sessions in, and finally a nat 20.
Does this also mean that you finally break the streak of getting a nat 1 in every session?
Yes.
Well, you've still got like 40 minutes left, so
Yeah. So that's the template, but
I'm
Okay.
gonna use silvery barbs.
yeah.
Okay,
Why
then
is the sword standing on you?
then you can click the last attack roll there. It will auto roll the crit for you, and then you get to pick a condition you can apply to it. To the poor assassin who's currently paralyzed. So if you click on the longsword, just the purple line there.
Purple line. Where's the purple line?
in the chat.
In the chat.
Click on longsword in the chat.
Underneath the crit.
There we go.
There we go.
Uh,
Okay.
There you go, that's much better.
6, 7, 9. 19.
Mhm.
Where do you get the crotchet
Nice.
from?
As you swing to, or as your swing collides with the assassin, you once again feel that sensation of warmth and comfort and just blooming through you. And I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Okay. Advantage. Is the necrotic damage supposed to have a charisma? Oh, okay, wonderful. Wisdom save.
Yes.
16.
For a brief moment, you feel that dark sensation, the darkness that you felt the first time you grabbed the sword, start to creep in over your eyes, but you manage to shake free of it. But
Not letting it control me.
you can feel like that sensation of elation just almost take hold.
I'm stronger than this.
You can apply a condition to the assassin.
A condition? What conditions can I apply? How does one do that?
Dead.
Yeah, you just you tell me where you want, like where your swing went, and then you can. I'll tell you like
Okay.
a
Okay.
different like what conditions you can pick from.
I'm gonna go from like shoulder, kind of across the chest.
Okay,
area.
so it's kind of hard to tell because she's already frozen by the whole person, but you hear something crack, and her like clavicle is broken from the impact. Slashing across the chest, I'd say either you like knock the wind out of her to stun, or she won't be able to use that arm for a turn. I mean, she can't either because she's still on the whole person, but
Let's go with lack of arm use.
Okay. So she would have disadvantage on attack rolls. Let me double check something real quick. Okay. I just had to double check if whole person was one of those where she can remake the or try to make the save on a damage, but it's not.
Only at the end of the turn.
Yes. So yeah, she, like I said, it's hard to tell, but because she's already paralyzed with the whole person, but she cannot use that arm anymore. So any attack from, if she survives this, will be without the modifier.
Nice. Well, that's me done.
Okay, Remus, you can now make your save, adding a inspiration die if you want.
I will do so. Well, I may do so.
Yeah,
I won't do so.
it takes a little bit for you to be able to shake off the paralyzing agent, but eventually your constitution wins over whatever this poison is, and you shake free of it just in time to watch your brother just crack through this poor woman's clavicle.
Oh, is that mechanically? Is this at the end of my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, all of this happens basically simultaneously.
Yeah. So I'm still mentally connected to Romulus.
Yeah.
So I will say to him, "Are you okay?"
I'm fine, brother. Better than I've been in years.
Shit. It's literally like what he says. And yeah. That's it.
Okay.
This is done.
She's gonna try to break free.
Cold person for the win.
Fucking love this spell. I
Oh.
hate my rolls.
Well, you had your opportunity at the beginning of this session to convince him to take suggestion instead.
I know. I love the spell, but I hate my rolls right now. Okay, Valeriel. Keep in mind that there's a sword with a blue mist around it, just inches from your head.
Yeah.
Because it's not a large room. It's like 10 by 15 feet.
Yep.
It's also the first time that I think Romulus has actually used his sword in combat. So
I think I've used it before, but like,
Not
Not
with the
to-
effects, no.
yeah,
Yes.
this is new.
this is new shit.
hmm
He's gonna look at Remus first and say, "Ah, good boy." And then she's gonna look at Romulus and be like, "That's a new side." And then I'm just gonna stab again
Okay.
with advantage. That's a bit better.
That's a hit, yep.
So
Roll
and then -3 on this one, so 14 total.
Okay. You hear a groaning, and you can see like the bluish mist coming off of her wounds. She's bleeding all over the place, and she's glaring between all of you in very much pain.
Which damages you took it overall? Can I ask?
Not enough.
She has taken 65.
Tough bitch. Tougher than Bastion.
She's gonna. Does no one of the others look hurt at all?
I mean, Remus is bleeding a little.
Then he's fine.
He's bleeding a little. Yeah. We took out half a coal, so with bleeding a little being the operative word throughout most of that scenario.
She's gonna give a bardic inspiration to Romulus and say, "I kind of like this side. You keep going. Proceed."
Okay. Bastion.
Oh, you want something from that?
Yeah, perception check.
It's gonna be like last time. He wakes up just before the battle ends. Stumbles around in the darkness.
I feel like almost like for Bastion's
Yay!
Yay! I feel like it's almost for Bastion's conscience. It's probably better that he wakes up at the end of these things.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good point, actually. Yeah.
so yeah,
He wasn't best pleased when we killed
Bastion,
the cultist.
you wake up to some weird sounds happening, whispers and shouts, and no, the siblings have not woken up yet because I roll for shit. And you can hear something going on in the main building.
Is there a window down there?
There is one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
No.
facing the forest.
Oh, facing the forest.
Yeah, so you have forest over here. Basically, forest lines the whole area. So you have a window here facing the forest. If you if you lean out, you can see this building.
Yeah, I use half my movement to get up. I
Mhm.
open the window. Stick my head out of it and look at this building.
You can hear commotion from over there.
Yeah, and I shout, "Shut the fuck up! Some of us are trying to sleep." And that's his go.
Okay. Romulus, Bastion is awake.
I hear Bastion shouting. I turn to look at the assassins like, you heard the man. People are trying to sleep.
Okay then.
Light shouts. So I'm gonna use a sword 22.
I mean, she's still.
Remember that you have advantage as well.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
what, do I roll this again?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
that still hits. Yeah, both hits. Well,
Okay.
you hit one swing. Yep.
That'll be great. So what? That's an extra D8. An extra.
No, he gets to roll twice because she's still under hold person. So you get to
Extra
roll.
D8 and a D4, isn't it?
Yeah. How do you want to overkill this?
Ooh, this is so fun. So I kind so she got a mask on or anything like that.
No, she has. So she doesn't have a mask on. That's just the image for the. She has a mark
Mhm.
on her right side that goes from
Mhm.
just under her eye down to her chin,
Mhm. Mhm.
and she's wearing not black clothing, but like licorice blue, various different shades, to better blend in with the shadows.
Okay.
And she's looking at you like combination of terror and disgust.
Am I scarier than your boss now? And I just slowly, very slowly, plunge the sword through her heart.
Nice. Give me a wisdom save. As she
Wisdom.
just... Technically, she's paralyzed, which means that she's just standing there. She can't move at all. Her muscles are frozen.
17.
But just the life just goes out of her eyes.
Technically, isn't it only on like living people, like humanoids?
Yeah, she's still a humanoid. She just died under the effect.
Yeah, but you can't cast that on undead, can you?
No.
So would you be able to cast that on undead?
No, but the spell already... Like, she was frozen when she died.
Okay.
With a 17, you once again feel that dark, like the shadow creeping over your eyes, and just absolute silence from the sword. Again, that well-being just courses through you, and but you manage to shake off the effect once again.
You're not going to control me. Not again. He says whilst correctly plunging a sword into someone's chest.
While also asking the question, am I scarier than your boss now? That's very edgelord / I'm going to be nice and cute about not killing you properly. It's like...
And yeah, we're currently out of combat.
Nice.
But at least for now.
Well, Bastion will grab whatever he can.
His coffee.
No, never. And throw it at this wall. And say, "Shut the fuck up!" And he goes to bed.
Okay, let me see if you wake her.
I bet this is.
That's just thumbs up Ardana's luck tonight.
Right.
Okay then. Not even a bloody item banging right next to her head can wake that woman.
Sleeping the sleep of the dead.
No, that would be the assassin.
Maybe you should call it with advantage. Since it's right next to her head.
Nah, it's funnier this way. Okay.
Apparently, never wake a sleeping orc doesn't apply because you can't wake a sleeping orc. They will both sleep.
Apparently not. I hate these dice.
Valeriel is gonna just look at Remus and say, "Please feel better now." And she's gonna cast Healing Word. I guess at 2nd level.
I mean, I just finished my long rest in a little while, so it's a bit of a
But
okay.
you heal for 9.
It just takes a few seconds, and then you hear a thump as your whole person stops working on this dead assassin, and she flumps down on Remus' bed.
Basically, she's just like turning around and looking at him, and then just dropping it.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Okay, it's over." Flop.
And her dagger skitters to your feet, Romulus.
I look down and can I inspect it to see if it's coated in anything?
Yeah, absolutely. Give me an investigation check.
Investigation. 19.
Uh,
Oh, it's on. Yeah, it's on.
yeah. You lift it up and you see it's very nicely made. And there is a slight sheen to the edge. It has a slightly sweet scent to it. And judging by what happened to Remus, it's a paralyzing agent of some sort. It won't last for long. You can see that it's currently drying up. But yeah, it's probably shouldn't touch that. Probably shouldn't be cut by that. That's probably a bad idea.
As I've got the dagger in my hands, I see that I've got the sword in my hand, and I kind of just throw it onto the bed because after that whole ordeal, I'm like, that time's done now. I don't need it anymore. I turn around with the dagger and I say to Remus, "You've got some explaining to do, brother."
Yes, you do. Or are you saying that telepathically? Or
No, I'm saying out loud.
Yeah.
It probably makes a change. Whilst you were indisposed, I signed up with the blade marks. And I may have left them in favour of your letter to join you in this little expedition without telling them why or getting it agreed.
Why are you dealing with amateurs?
I mean, the main reason why I signed up was because I thought I would get to see more of the world than Sean, so that I could try to start learning more about where we get our powers from.
I guess that makes sense.
Yes.
So, Valeriel, with your connections, you would know the blade marks are. The hell are they called? Brain, come on. You know this lore. Mark of. Nope.
Sentinel?
Yes, it's a mark of Sentinel. It's House Denieth. They are the mercenary house. House Tharask is trying to get into the same market, but blade marks are general security. Basically, if you need someone to go in and take care of a general threat to a region or a specific threat to someone with a lot of money, you send in blade marks. If you want someone found, bounty someone placed on someone, you probably also send in the blade marks. They're not as good at it as House Tharask, but they're pretty good at it.
What about House Durrani? Or House Fjarlan?
House... How do you mean? Like, House... They are more information and... House Denieth deals with bringing in people alive.
Okay. Amateurs, in other words.
They also provide soldiers to various conflicts.
Ah, yeah. Well, if you wanted to see the world, there are better options than whatever these scrubs are. They're not even worth my time.
It seemed the most logical choice at the time.
I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just saying there are better options. Especially if you want to see the world.
Says the criminal.
That's the what now?
Bastian isn't there, he's muttering in his sleep.
What do you mean criminal? She's not criminal at all.
Uh-huh.
She's not criminal.
I mean,
think.
fair. I mean, she hasn't been caught yet. So technically not. Yeah.
I will move forward and kind of inspect through, like, basically go through the assassin's belongings and see if there's any notes on her to explain and to confirm whether or not I'm only worth 800. Like, that's just not enough.
That's
Uh,
a lot of
Quite
money.
a
That's a
lot
lot
of
of
money,
money.
right?
it's a
That's
lot
a
of
lot
money.
of money.
It is a lot of money. Please give me an investigation check.
This is going to be absolutely terrible.
Like, there's people who get 1 gold a month.
You do like you give her a pretty good look, like her clothing, a pretty good look through. You do find a pouch with some money in it. It's like 12 gold pieces and a couple of silvers, but she's not really wearing anything. She has a second dagger on her, but that's all you can find.
Okay. I will pocket the coins.
Yep.
And pull out the other dagger. Does it have a similar sheen to the one that?
No.
Okay. Is the one that she used got like a holster, for want of a better way of putting it? Sheath. That's the word I was looking for. Wrong
Yes.
type of weapon. Okay. I will unbuckle that sheath and make sure that's passed over to Romulus in case he wishes to keep the blade.
Yep.
Because it would make more sense to go into the sheath that it's used to hiding in
Yes.
than just down the back of your pants or wherever else you might want to stuff it.
You also find what looks like like short coil of rope, just enough to create a loop to hold someone's hands together.
I will pocket that myself, I
Yep.
think.
It's about 5 feet of a silken rope. Other than that, you don't find anything.
May I have a closer look?
With some shuffling, sure.
I retrieve my hand axes and climb back onto my bed, so that I'm kind of sitting cross-legged on my bed.
Yep.
To kind of make more floor space.
Yeah, you don't really find anything other than what Remus has already picked up.
Worth a shot.
Now,
Seeing as
Mhm.
You can speak.
I was gonna say, now that this is all been resolved, can everyone leave? I'd love to go back to bed.
Sure. I'm just gonna take a look-see over it as well, because you both seem to be struggling with finding anything important. And she's gonna use her expertise in dealing with information gathering and hopefully find something better.
Okay.
Watch me get a nat 1.
No.
Amateurs, if only you had a detective.
Whatever information this so the only information you can gather from this assassin is that she's good. She hasn't left any information on her person. Other than, the mark on her face, that is a very pretty tattoo.
Yeah, she just says, "Where do you have a detective when you need one?"
So,
Well, as he says that, I'll uncoil myself from the bed, pick her up, walk her outside, dump her in front of where Bastion was sleeping. Just leave it just outside his room. I'll write a brief note to say, one for you to review in the morning, and I'll go back inside.
okay. That's good. Not gonna.
Better than that.
That might not go down very well with the druids either. But
Okay, so all of you
Bet
go
there was
back.
like 50 druids around his house.
Night passes. I'm guessing Valeriel goes back to. I mean, you have got your trance rest already, so if you want to snoop around, you can. But rest of the night passes uneventfully. Bastion. In the morning, you are woken to a cry of alarm just outside your door.
Oh, no. He rushes outside.
As this gentleman is standing hunched over a dark-clad woman dead on your doorstep with a note pinned to it. It says, "For your consideration."
And like
What
cut out
the
newspaper clippings.
This
Signed
kind of a
RR.
nice thing to wake up to. I'm not gonna lie. He's like, wait a minute, I've gotta put on my clothes for this. Oh, wow, what a morning. He actually looks happy.
Hold on a minute. Did you come outside in like your boxers and your coat to the
with
sound of this woman
his
screaming?
boxers. Yeah, boxers, like,
His coat is the
with
equivalent to his
cogs
dressing
on,
gown.
you know, the white boxes with the little cogs on. And then he's come out in his big coat. It's like, oh, gotta go put on some clothes, 1 sec. And he goes in, puts on his pants and his shirt, puts on his hat, comes back up and he goes, well, sir, luckily for you, a detective is nearby.
Thank God.
Oh,
I'll open
so I'll leave this to you. You can deal with this. And he's just gonna walk off.
I might need to ask questions. Don't move between now and 10 business days.
He's just gonna give you a look over his shoulder like, you absolutely insane or just trying?
You're a suspect. Don't you move.
Right. Okay. Huh?
And yeah, he's gonna take out his bag as well and open it and have Archimedes pop out.
Ah? Who?
We got a mystery, Archimedes. A random dead body on my doorstep.
Who?
Ooh, indeed. Ooh, indeed. You always know what to say. And then he's gonna
Yep. Roll an investigation.
investigate the body.
Yeah.
I'll be with advantage.
Mhm.
And he's going to add a superiority die because he's quite excited. And we will go for investigation.
Yeah.
So that's
Looking over this body, you find the cause of death is quite obvious. Something big and sharp pierced through her heart. Broken clavicle, some puncture wounds, slashing wounds, a mark on her face that you recognize as the mark of the Sentinel, House Denieth.
We're writing this down.
And
Because death, multiple intrusions, rupture of the heart.
going through her clothing, you find 2 rolled up tiny pieces of paper inside a lining of her clothing.
Yeah. I just cut it open and I'm like, yeah, I thought I felt something, and then I'll open them and look.
Yeah, one says, what would it say? One is a type of shorthand that you haven't seen before. And the other one says, what is this place called? Does it have a name? It does not have
What
a...
did you say? A shorthand that I haven't seen before? What do you mean?
Yeah, so it's like...
Is it for you, Scan? Because I feel like it might...
No, it's not Thieves' Cant. It's kind of like... it looks like abbreviations, but you don't recognize what they would mean.
Can I decode it?
Give me an intelligence check.
Is that with advantage as well?
If you think that Archimedes could help you with this, then yes.
I'll let him scan it.
Okay, yeah.
See if he gets anything in his database.
Mhm. You get that it's you get that it's probably instructions of some sort. You see that there are capital letters and lowercase, uppercase and lowercase letters mixed. You do see the letter R with a dot, and then another set of abbreviations. The other note says Archdruid Village, Shadow Marshes.
So the mapped, the coded one.
Yeah. You don't.
I think that the R might mean Remus or Regulus. Remus or
Romulus.
Or Romulus. Yeah,
With a 14 May. I mean, you are all probably already suspecting both of them for being sketchy individuals. So maybe.
kind of glare at her slightly. Look for a weapon.
No weapons.
She wearing armor.
Studded leather. It's been
I
torn.
deduce from my investigation that she is some form of assassin.
Yeah, I'd say with the fucking 30. Yes. With the dark clothing, with the very pliable studded leather armor, and what you know of House Denieth, probably not an assassin per se, but someone who is very good at retrieving people. Or was until recently.
The wounds on him are not axe made. I'd probably introduce that, but perhaps made by a longsword.
Yes. An axe can't like pierce through the chest that way. It would probably cleaved her in two instead.
I
Yes.
was about to say with enough force, I'm sure that I could definitely try.
Yeah, but you would take like half her torso with
Pick
it.
up the chest with it, yeah.
But there's also some wounds that might imply that it's not just
Yeah.
a longsword.
Yes.
Also maybe a smaller blade like a rapier.
Rapier or a dagger, yes.
And did you get a single hit in?
Yeah.
Psycole?
No.
I got two, didn't I? One either side of the neck.
Yeah. So 2 slashing on either side of her neck.
Okay, and then
So one on the side of her neck, one that hurt her arm as she was shielding herself. One longer slash that crushed her clavicle and piercing one, and then one that got cut through her heart.
cool. So I will take over my chest over here. My suitcase.
Yep.
Grab some papers from the suitcase, look deliberately at Archimedes, and go. Because alarm. Yeah, there we go. And he'll wake up everyone, just screaming and flying around.
You see, just Archimedes just look at you, look at the papers, look at you, and then just her head, his head is twirling and he's flying around, just making noise.
That'll wake everyone up, and I'll just go and sit on this wheelbarrow while Archimedes is like flying over my head.
Yes. And I just realized I did that at 11 p.m. And I live in an apartment building.
Oh, well, neighbours are there to be annoyed, right?
I mean, they have kids, so, you know, small, screaming kind. Yes, suddenly there is a very, very loud screeching sound outside. You hear banging from the room just outside, and some mutterings about, it's way too early in the morning to make that much of a ruckus, as the sister is making breakfast. John is like, children, why? And he's gonna walk outside, just look at you, Bastian.
It's just
Yours?
nods as it's just leaning against the wheelbarrow.
Make it shut up, or I will shut it up.
He's about to quiet down now. He's sorting out the papers. You just see him with paper in his mouth, flipping it.
Yeah.
Cleaning it.
Basically, the Archimedes from Sword in the Stone thing that's. Or have you seen the Angry Bird GIF or video with the smack, 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 smack? Yeah, Archimedes is doing that.
Valeriel is kind of just sauntering over after having had her second trance for the night.
Yeah.
And she's like, are you always this loud in the morning?
I point.
There's a dead woman on Bastian's doorstep.
Oh no, a dead woman in the middle of the village. What has happened?
Put your bullshit. I know you was involved in this. She's rapier wounds.
I am heartbroken by these accusations. Oh, I can't believe you've done this.
As I walk out the house, I'm like, "Hey guys, look at this dagger I found last night."
Is that a part of the evidence? You give me this.
And as I walk out, I'll go, so did you find anything on the body? We couldn't really check last night. We were a bit tired.
See, I am innocent.
You were involved. And I point at
All three of us.
Romulus? Is it with the sword? Yeah.
Romulus.
Romulus is the
Oh,
sword.
Romulus is the sword. Yeah. Point at Romulus and go, you used your sword to kill her. And you didn't do as much damage as you normally do. Were you feeling off, or were you paralyzed by that blade, which is clearly coated in poison?
Yes, I was.
Has he got a fatty?
Yes, I was. And I am very pissed off about it.
Well, suppose you
Again,
don't know
you
what-
wouldn't have been paralyzed if you had actually let me in.
Yes, but I didn't necessarily want everybody to know about what was going on.
Which one of you two was this hired thug after? And I just kind of figure out the two pieces of paper and just let's start reading very pointedly in front of everyone. And you're shit at searching the body, by the way.
Was there one of those in a shorthand that you couldn't read, or did you
Yeah.
decode it?
No, he didn't
Okay.
decode it.
There's a
Would-
shorthand.
Would I
messaging
recognise the
activated.
shorthand?
It
Does
looks
it-
familiar. You know
The-
that
yes.
most of you use some variation of shorthand because paper is traceable. You can give me an intelligence check if you want to try and decode it.
Sure.
There's an R on it for Romulus, or is it Regulus?
Either. Maybe Remus might be the one that you're looking for on that list.
Oh, Remus, yeah, that's your name. Remus.
You've used a similar shorthand in the past, but yeah, everyone's slightly different. R could be you or your brother.
Well,
That SM thing could be Shadow Mars's or could be someone's kink. You don't know.
Yes. Well. Yes.
Sadomasochism for the win.
And then your brother got aggressive and defensive and killed her for attempting to capture you. This is technically still seems like a murder to me. You guys have 0 damage on you. Could you not have knocked her out?
Well, I mean, yes, we probably could
tried.
have done, but
But we just happen to have like sharp things in our hands.
yeah, you're the one with the club.
Yes, but the thing is, there are no marks other than, and I point at the barbarian, other than on you.
That's
And
because
from the way those wounds look, it seems to me she was restrained in some way as you killed her. They're very, like, surgical and very, like, you had a high advantage over her, let's say.
Yeah, I kind of held her in place.
and she was appropriately restrained.
Quite at the bad, yeah. So if she was restrained, why can't you tie her up, take the blade out of her hand, and ask her questions?
Because I'd already had the answer I needed.
So you should have really woken up the chief so he could dole out justice since it's his village.
I would have assumed, given the amount of noise we were making and the fact that Valerio managed to hear us at least twice, they would have woken up.
Yeah, they were quite loud.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't hear it. I'm surprised no one on the other side of the village didn't hear it because it was loud. It was
I
very
heard
loud.
it. I told you to shut the fuck up, and none of you answered me. None of you went, "Oh, Bastion, there's an assassin trying to kill me." Nope, no answer.
And I
Hey, Romulus actually did tell me that he wanted help, but then Remus said, "No, he just had a nightmare and a bad dream. Go back to bed." So I
He's
was
a
going back to bed.
Callister. Callister don't dream.
I didn't know that. So I just went back. But then I heard this fucking large thump against this window, and then I went around and saw that they were being attacked. So I decided to paralyze the fucker and crawl through the window.
I'm
Very elegantly, I might add.
I'm just gonna look glad at the chief and Blake. And where were you, Sleeping Beauty?
asleep.
No, not really.
And I think
What?
that's where we're gonna wrap this session because we've gone over time.